Hello my friends, Takuya here, and welcome back to a Victoria 3 video. Are you ready to commit various war crimes? I say crimes, but technically speaking, we're talking about things in, 1836, so war crimes don't exist yet, at least not by the modern definition of what we'd have. So pretty much, the 19th century is a free game to do whatever it is that you want, and the Europeans really historically ran with that. And so speaking of war crimes, Belgium. No, wait, no, again, at this point in history, it's literally just crimes. That's a Congo reference for anyone who didn't know. Yes, my friends, for anyone who is interested in getting into Victoria 3, Belgium is easily one of the best nations, if not the best nation that you could play in order to be able to learn the features of the game, as it's just so incredibly powerful, wrapped up in such a small little body. And so the normal playstyle that people actually go with Belgium is a super science playthrough where you stay really small and yet simultaneously you become the most advanced nation in the game, easily able to dominate your neighbors economically. But what if we wanted to actually just dominate everyone? Peaceful little Belgium, who never did anything wrong. What if we made them do everything wrong? Belgium in 1836 starts out in one of arguably the best positions in the entire game. It has a decent government in charge, it has very nice government laws from the very get-go, it has good institutions, and simultaneously it has some of the most developed and industrialized provinces in the entire game, with some of the most valuable provinces that provide ludicrous bonuses for resources, meaning there's not really many things that you need, and we can arguably secure that either through trade or what we're actually going to be doing through conquest, pretty much whatever it is that you need. The only real problem that Belgium has is the Netherlands, which Belgium had actually just broken away from a couple years earlier, and the pesky little land claims between all them. It's been like, well over a year since I last played, and there's been a lot of updates to Belgium since then, or really this region in general, where there's now an actual conference where the great powers get to determine who gets what lands, as long as you go along with it. But we will see exactly how that goes. Anyway, aggressive, super expansionist Belgium, let's get started. From the very beginning, we're going to need to take care of our decrees. Road maintenance, social mobility, manufacturing in our primary manufacturing state of Flanders here, and then in Wallonia, which this is the territory that has all of the beautiful, juicy resources, we are going to naturally encourage our resource industry to get that throughput bonus. This is inherently one of the most valuable provinces in the entire game, especially when it comes to coal, which is just a stupidly valuable resource to have for basically everything. Tech-wise, well, we are going to deal with a very limited population, so even though we have a lot of potential resources to use, we don't actually have the people to use said resources. So we're going to go for water tube boiler, followed by nitroglycerin, and these two things are going to give us, first, the ability to mine more things, and secondly, the ability to blow things up to mine more things. After that, we're going to go for mechanical workshops, and then, let's see, probably nationalism. Nationalism is what we're going to want to get next. Actually, you know what? I want nationalism a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and get rid of these two, and we'll go for nationalism as the final one. That'll be ready in about 10 years. After that, then we are going to go for mechanized workshops. Construction-wise, we're going to need more sectors, and since Wallonia has all the resources that we need, from wood to iron, etc., we're going to go ahead and slap 4 more in there, and at the same time, we're going to make sure that all of our buildings are up to date with the latest and best things that we need. Public trains are going to be useful. We're going to go to our logging camps, and I think in Wallonia, we're going to switch this from hardwood production to prioritizing softwood so that we can have more regular wood for actually aiding construction and everything else. Along with that, we want to make sure that the upper classes are slightly weakened, so we are going to switch over our universities to philosophy department, secular academia, and government administration will be a secular administration. From there, we're going to queue up a couple more logging camps, another iron mine, another coal mine, and this is pretty much what we're going to be utilizing here from the very get-go, except we are going to need to take care of some of these things that we are actually missing. The most expensive thing that is actually quite frustrating for Belgium in here is fabric, which you can build a lot of livestock enclosures. Like, we could go ahead and do this, but those take a while to build and they don't really provide much in the way of fabric, even though it will actually help to solve both the fabric and the meat issue. Instead, we are going to need to put maybe on some big bonuses for helping to import it, because we want fabric to be as cheap as we can, even if it's going to cost the government a decent amount of money. And we're also going to want to go ahead and subsidize our steel mills, since this is going to be the thing that we're going to need in order to produce all of our tools and other stuff, and we don't want this to get severely weakened. Last but not least, diplomacy. We have interests, which I don't know why Belgium would have interest in Iberia. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and remove that, and we're going to slap this over Ethiopia as well as Arabia. These are the two places that we're going to distinctly be interested in, and we're going to kind of just adjust as it is that we go. Last but not least, diplomacy-wise, we're going to want to establish as much good relations with the great powers around us as we can, because Belgium is otherwise not going to be able to survive. We're going to go over here to Bavaria, which is an easy target to go ahead and declare a rivalry to get some additional influence. And then we're going to use that influence to increase relations with every single major power so that they don't hate us, because we're probably going to do things that are going to make them hate us. And finally, last but not least, we can go over here to our government, to our laws, and from there we can try and change up some things. Now, school-wise, I want to be able to get public schooling, I really do, but I don't see it being possible to get public schooling, even if there is a 9% chance, there's also a 28% chance that it's going to stall and fail. Like, the debate could increase the success chance, but really, I don't know. We're much more likely to get private schools, so it probably would be better to go for this, because that in turn is going to strengthen the intelligentsia, which means I'm much more likely to get public schools later, so that's what I'm going to go for. Now, my friends, we can begin. Now, you may be wondering, why is it that we chose our interest to be over here in Ethiopia and Arabia? Well, the short answer is because the territories over here have a lot of very weak states. Like, if we go over here to Wasangali, they have 2 battalions. That's it. You go to Kathiri, they have 1. Mara, also 2. That's it. This, Lahe, 1. All of this is exceptionally weak, and we want to be able to secure this territory because we're going to move our way around, securing some of the rarest and most valuable resources in the game. To that end, Kathiri, we're going to make a demand to conquer the state. And we're going to then go and take our army, and we are going to create a new one. We're going to make a new army. We're going to take over a single unit line infantry. We're going to move this over, and boom, new soldier. Now, why do we create an army that only has 1 soldier in it? Well, the reason is because if you go to our military, our navy has a single ship, which means that if we tried to launch an invasion into a territory with our full 24-unit army, we get a 99% reduction in effectiveness, which is not something that we want to do. Wow, I'm already at voting for private schools? That is incredibly lucky. Atmospheric engine, perhaps there's even better way. We can get half the progress we need for water tube boiler, which is amazing. That takes off like a 1.5 years worth of time. War goals were enforced on Kathiri. We have dominated them. Beautiful. Oh my lord, November 1st, 1836, we got private school. That was fast. That was really fast. Well, that's going to strengthen our intelligentsia, which we want overall, and government-wise, no, institution-wise, we're going to upgrade this to increase our overall investment in education, which is going to increase their strength, and as our people get wealthier, they're going to get more access to education. That is awesome. And law-wise, does that mean I can actually shoot for anything else? I mean, I could try for colonial affairs, because I could get a colonial exploitation, but that would really piss off the rural folk right now. And I don't really need that. Maybe poor laws would be a pretty decent one, or guaranteed liberties. Ooh, that one, that is nice. No, you know what? We're going to go with laissez-faire. 36% chance to succeed, and this is definitely one of the best economic laws in the game, if not the outright best. Plus, with more contribution from our capitalists, we're going to be able to build a stupid ton of resources. Yep, this is going to be a very quick little war here again, and conquered. Done. With that, are we done conquering? No, we are absolutely not, because the next target up on here is Oman, which we can demand the annexation of the entire country. Egypt decided with Oman. What? Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, seriously, you're not actually going to be able to do anything. Our forces here are vastly superior. It's like, what do you expect? In fact, the Egyptians won't even be able to get any troops. Like, they can try and send them all they want, but by the time they get here, we'll already have conquered Oman. Oh my god, they're trying to naval invade me here. Are you serious? Yeah, that's going to immediately result in Egypt getting absolutely crushed. Ooh, okay, hold on. We have an option here of an invitation to the power block. The British want us to join. Now, I probably am going to want British protection, so I am going to accept. I can always leave later, but I am going to accept being a part of their power block right now. And with water tube boiler, we can make everything significantly more efficient. Use less people, less everything, and yet simultaneously, we are going to be able to drastically boost ourselves production-wise. Ooh, but here's the question then. The Hague Call for a Conference. This is the event that I was talking about here that actually determines territorial split. We're in an uneasy truce existing between our two countries. The Dutch government has approached us with a proposal for a conference to resolve our current territorial and legal disputes. So now we can get the great powers to determine what exactly happens with us, which I've been trying to build relations with. It's a gamble because they could either side with the Dutch and make you give up territory to the Dutch. It could be something along the lines of, they favor an alternate reading of a treaty and they give territory to like the German states. It's a gamble. And you know what? I like to gamble. I'm going to wait for as long as possible for this to time out to hopefully increase relations as much as I can. And it looks like I got everyone a cordial. So sure, we'll agree to great power mediation. And, okay, big changes in here. Peace treaty is done. We annex Oman, we completely crushed them. We don't have to deal with Egypt anymore. And yeah, we're losing a ton of money here, which is a bit of a problem. But our claims right now are being favored, which I hope. I hope this is 2 more months. Please let nothing change. We are going to calm down, but this is exactly what it is that we needed. I'm going to switch things over to nationalism in here in the first place because that is something that I will definitely crucially need. And the whole reason why we wanted to take out Oman is because this territory that Oman has is worth nothing. It really isn't. Like, it has some coffee, it has some tobacco, blah, 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 whatever. The important thing is that Oman has this tiny little piece of Persia, Hormuz. And in Hormuz, you have dyes, you have opium, you have silk, you have all these things that are incredibly valuable to actually have. And these are the resources that we want. So what we're going to then do is go over here to release subject, and we are going to release Oman, which is only going to get this one territory while it is that we keep the rest, because I don't care about this desert territory. I do care about this specific part right here. Oman starts as my puppet, which inherently means now I get 366 ducats from diplomatic pacts, and I don't have to worry about dealing with anything with this land. As for what we're going to be doing about over here, though, that's going to need to wait for just a second. I own this territory right now that is inherently not useless per se, but it's definitely not great. If we go and conquer Lahej as well as Qasimid State, we can then release this entire territory as Yemen, which is a thing that we're going to end up doing. But we can only do that as soon as it is that we have nationalism. Yep, Yemen, we cannot release until we have nationalism. Hormuz, however, we're going to keep because we need this land. It is extremely valuable. Yes, its population is tiny, which is not necessarily great, but it doesn't matter because I can use it to get cotton, I can use it to get dyes, I can use it to get all these things that I otherwise cannot get. Please, 1 month left. Just let me do it. Just let me do it. Is it? Yes, okay, the gamble worked. The gamble worked. Ratified the Treaty of London. And there we have it. Beginning of 1839, the London Conference concludes. Guys, you don't understand. I have done this again and again and again before, and you're not guaranteed to succeed this. Like, not at all. There's a decent chance that it actually fails. The conference has concluded and decided to award Belgium all their territorial claims in exchange for assuming Dutch debts. European powers guarantee peace and stability. The new ratified Treaty of London is a cornerstone of European peace. It solidifies Belgian neutrality and independence and marks a new chapter in European diplomacy. The time for peace, hurrah, which the Netherlands didn't have any debt, so I take it, which actually gave me all of Wallonia, so I took Luxembourg. And besides that, Guilherme is unfortunately still quite split. Treaty of Peace. Wait, hold on. Trade privileges allows France to build in Belgium investment rights. No, I think that my guys are going to be able to build better and faster. And my friends, we have laissez-faire, which is beautiful, because with laissez-faire, that means I can do a couple things here. I own a number of things for construction sectors. If I just go and build up, say, 4 more construction sectors in Flanders, I won't really have to pay for anything. It's all the capitalists that are going to be doing it now, because I have a 4.1 million investment pool. All right, you know what? This means that we won't need as much in the way of taxes. We can lower that. We put the lower taxes. That means that the people are going to be a bit happier. And at the same time, that means more money is going into the hands of the capitalists who are going to build more. Yep, and the conquests continue. Yep, Qasimid State, you are conquered. We also have nationalism. And because it is that we have nationalism, that means that I can finally go over here and get rid of all these radicals that have been building up within the state. Because, yeah, literally all of my radicals are Yemeni. Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to diplomacy. We're going to go to release a subject, and we are going to release Yemen. That is now awesome. I don't have to deal with all the radicals that are all over the country. I still have to deal with the ones in Hormuz, yes, which is not great. But yeah, now I can go and try and annex Liège. And drastically increase my construction. Oh, wait, they back down. Okay, I didn't even have to do anything. My investment pool is still growing despite the fact that I'm not, you know, this is great. This is great. We can just do more. Oh man, come on. Okay, guaranteed liberties just really does not want to work. I think we're gonna have to get rid of that here because more people are against it than anything else. Unfortunately, is there something else that I could do? Free trade? You know, I could do free trade. Free trade would be great, even if the others would absolutely hate it. You know what? No, poor laws. Poor laws is what we're going to want to do because that is going to support everyone much more. Great Britain imposes colonial settlement. Oh God, yeah, because I'm not a subject for them, but I'm part of their block. Yeah, I can't do that right now. Here we have it, nitroglycerin, absolutely beautiful. The reason that we want this is because with our buildings now we can do even more. More coal, more iron, more sulfur, more everything. And now that we actually have that and it's 1843 and we've conquered some decent states over here, which our economy is doing fantastically well. We're getting to over 2,500 here from diplomatic pacts, which doesn't really matter because I make, oh my God, my investment pool is 10 million. That means I can afford even more construction. And then immediately afterwards, we can start advancing ourselves rapidly. Universities everywhere, just literally all over the place, everything that we need. Revolutionary anti-electoralism. What? What is that? No, we don't want to get rid of elections. We love elections. Whoa, Swahili national movement from where? I'll be honest, I completely forgot that I had Zanzibar as a subject. No, I just own it directly. Why can I not do anything down here? Yep, while this is happening, I might as well just start demanding puppet status from a variety of entities, and we'll just see how this works. Yeah, that's right, Isaac. Back down. Become my protectorate. We're just going to keep on doing that for basically everyone around us. Add on a bunch of demands because we do want them to actually go and back down. And that's another one. Oh no, the rise of radicalism. Oh no, we don't want that. Do I have an agitator? I do. I literally do have an agitator who's part of the reactionary. No. We don't want you. Thank you. We want the liberals because we have more secessionists again. Oh my lord, would you people calm down? Oh my God. Oh, what do you mean, Hormuz and the Swahili population? Dear God. Oh my God, France is on fire. It's the Bonapartist revolt. Oh my lord, and now everything is burning across here in Egypt. Oh my God. And yeah, we're dealing with another revolt. But you know, that's what happens when you're expanding and attacking everything, I guess. Oh my God, the Ottomans are getting absolutely murdered. Okay, there we go. There's the secession absolutely crushed. That is beautiful for us. We have mechanized workshops finally. Only took us until 1848. Admittedly, by focusing on conquest, we're not producing necessarily nearly as much in the way of innovation. I could do so much more that I am not, but I kind of want to dig myself a little bit out of debt first before I do anything else. Oh lord, wood is just getting more expensive, and I'm literally out of places to build wood, which is a bit of a problem for me. Gabby, I'm not running out of places to lay wood. Stop that. We need wood. We need lots of... Okay, that sounds wrong. Okay, my wife is right. Yeah, we're going to need our investments to be able to go elsewhere. So that means I need to start drafting treaties with things around the world. So maybe mutual investment rights between, like, the two of us or something? I doubt that the Brazilians would be able to invest a lot of things in me. I can give them like £1,000 or something a week here. That's like a 57% chance. Come on. Perfect. Okay. Yes, that is something. Moscow concessions allows Russia to build in Belgium. No. Screw you, Russia. No. I am not doing that. I will, however, draft a treaty with you if you allow me to build into your territory, which is clearly not working, apparently. Now, my friends, we can begin to rapidly build up our military here because we're going to need it because I need more people to do more things. So don't worry about it. And in 1852, we can finally enact census suffrage. We can get things going here. All right, here we go. We are finally in the positives on money again. And, you know, honestly, it's fine. We're able to invest in massive amounts of resources. So I think that's exactly what it is that we're going to be doing. The more stuff that we own, the better it is for us. And I have 34 million in the bank. This makes no sense. All right, this is it. Let's hope no one sides. Sweden is siding with Netherlands. Okay, that's something. United States sided with Netherlands. What? Why? Okay, Britain, you want to join me? Yeah, you do. All right, right here, right before everything finishes off, I have gone to try and sway more countries. We are going to try and do our best. And oh dear God, there's a lot of enemies that are trying to get us now here, but we need to add war goals. Come on, war breakout, war breakout. Yeah, this is it, baby. To war, my friends. We're gonna conquer everything. Just let the United States and Britain and everyone else fight it out. I genuinely do not care. Is everything in here getting burned to the ground? Kinda, yeah, but you know what? Let them fight. Let them fight and burn it out. I don't really care. The only thing that I really have to do is I have to try and land a naval invasion over here and take out Jakarta. If I don't, then I won't be able to end this war. But it doesn't matter because with this being done, we will finally be able to secure everything. And with that, my friends, the Netherlands is conquered in 1856. Isn't that beautiful? Belgium unites all territory and journal. Nation formation, United Netherlands form. For the first time since the Belgian Revolution of 1830, a single state has unified the territories of the Low Countries and declared a United Netherlands. I hear Flanders is joining us in our merry state soon. What a glorious union, my friends. And all it took was lighting the entirety of the Netherlands on fire. Yeah, we're going to need to go ahead and incorporate this remaining territory in here, and then we're going to need to invest in it rapidly. Well, now that I finally then have all of this territory, that means I actually get more population. And yeah, that population is leaving because they are fleeing to go over here where we actually have more productive areas like, oh dear God, that is a massive amount of migration with people leaving. But you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with it because it means that these territories are going to get even wealthier and I will suck the people right out of all of this if I can. Oh my God, I completely forgot to update all of my different stuff that I was doing. Kind of important thing to not forget, updating all these. And we finally have dynamite, which means I am able to produce so many things. How am I still losing so much money? It's construction costs. Oh dear God, construction costs are brutalizing me right now. I am never getting out of debt here, am I? Oh, a defensive pact with Prussia, and they just get trade privileges. Yes, I will actually accept that. Thank you. And with improved fertilizers, now we can explode our farming productivity. Wait, did that say that I got a new emperor? I have an emperor? Hold up. Because I'm the United Netherlands, I no longer have a king. I have an emperor. A constitutional empire. And this is the guy who really hates the Congo. Oh my lord, the Ottomans are getting absolutely massacred here. What? Oh no, I am actually running out of peasants and out of people. That's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, what we're going to need to do is cancel social mobility pretty much everywhere, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine, because what I need instead there at that point is I need the greener grass campaign. I need people to come to my lands, please, because we need people. I need peasants that I can throw into the farms. Ooh, yes, we're getting French. Wait, no, we're getting French people. Oh no. Annual projected migration plus 15%. We're getting 200,000 people in a year. Okay. That may be a little bit of an increase. I'm literally stealing the population of everyone around me because my standard of living is so stupidly high. Natives, did you not realize that you cannot stand up against the mighty Belgians? No? Well, you're learning now. Oh my lord, I'm literally running out of so much stuff. I can't even upgrade my things because I don't have enough resources. Oh my god, Kandahar is huge. And also, they have a lot of resources and things that I want. I kind of want to just take them out here. First up, Kandahar, we're going to go ahead and try to annex you. Yoink. And does anyone want to join me? Nope, no one wants to join me, but it's fine. Russia sided. Hold up. We are sending them back to the Rhine. Hopefully Russia cannot intervene. Let Russia go and invade me. I don't think that they're actually going to be able to reach here and do anything. Yep, they're going to try an invasion. You know what? No, we're going to defend everything. Yep, just crush all the Russians as they come pouring in. Absolutely, just let them do it. Oh my god, they're actually coming in with a really big force. I may need to build up my army if I'm going to be doing this here again. There we go. They're trying for another invasion. We just need to hold them off. There we go. keep on crushing them. If we can keep on crushing them, we will be set because Kandahar is annexed. Now, I genuinely don't know what the plan of the Russians in this case are because I can't do anything. Oh Lord, they are trying multiple invasions on me now. Holy Lord, how many people are the Russians gonna lose? White peace. Yeah, you know, we'll accept it. Sure, I'll take it. I am now at peace. Belgium has annexed huge swaths of the Middle East. And I think at this point, what? I could release Kandahar as a subject. I mean, I could go Afghanistan, but I don't control Kabul, so I can't do that, actually. Wait, seriously? I can't release it because I have to control Afghanistan? Well, that is unfortunate. At least I took all this other territory, I guess. It would still take 20 years in order for me to incorporate any of this. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, we are going to need to wait for our infamy to go down before it is that we do anything else, because I guess I'm going to need to take out Persia here next. A Pashtun society. Yeah, I would love to be able to release the Pashtun people. That would be fantastic if I could do that. But it's not going to let me do anything. All right, hopefully no one sides with them. I really hope no one sides with them. Oh, dear God, that would be frustrating. Okay, no one is joining in. We can add some more demands. We can humiliate Persia. That is fine. We can... God, what else can we do? We can regime change in Persia. Oh, Khalsa. Okay, so that is who over here that I can't reach. I was wondering who it was. I can't get Jammu and Kashmir in my sphere. I literally will not be able to reach them. Proportional taxation failed. Okay, fine. Can't do it for another 2 years. That's it, whatever. It doesn't matter. I won't need proportional taxation because all I need to do is basically murder everything here in front of me. I'm sorry. Seeing the United Kingdom has sided with someone against Gaza is that's a thing. There's the Diwali uprising. Okay, so that is happening, which means I just need to transfer over my second army in order to be able to deal with this. And then besides that, I will be fine. Don't worry, guys. The Middle East is totally fine. And with that, 1870, Persia made into a protectorate, humiliating them, doing everything. This is absolutely brutal. And all we need to do now is put down some natives. Don't worry about it. Establishing colonies, it's no big deal. And with that, my friends, you know, I think honestly, we're going to end things here today. If you want to see Belgium basically take on everyone around it going into an early World War II or something like that, or I say World War I, then yeah, you should let me know in the comment section here below. But this just shows how incredibly broken and powerful it is. I mean, look at this. Look at this. We have the number 6 GDP in the entire world, right? The only ones that are ahead of us are the United States, France, Britain, China, and the British Raj. We do have, in fact, the second greatest standard of living, with only Sweden being ahead of us, and that is honestly probably going to get better for us as time goes on. And all it really takes is, you know, bullying everyone around us to make a difference. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all here next time, and yeah, let's do this.